Um, just a quick editor's note. Um, Before we get started. Um, Scott the Waz. I want to give a shout out to Scott the Waz, the real life fake wizard. Garrett. I think is yeah, Garrett, and then also, um, what's his name? And then also, Asmongold for inspiring me to, I guess, make this video. Cause it's like I want to know like I'm gonna do a video on my thoughts on this. So anyway, enjoy. Hello. Um, so I wanted to give my thoughts on some gaming news. I know some will be old, but let's try to knock most of them out of the park, shall we say? Um, First, I wanted to do is that I wanted to comment. And this is a side note. This is a side note. Is the whole video games are bad type of people because or say bad for kids. Like, oh look, they teach people to just to kill other people. So, and to that I say, video games are not what kill or doesn't really encourage people to pick up a gun and shoot them just automatically. Um, it's been proven time and time again. For example, and the people who are saying this are either fit into two categories. One, never played a game in their life, or B, played GoldenEye 007 for the Wii. um, or pretty much any other shooting game on the Wii that uses that Wii gun accessory, or Duck Hunt, yeah, or play like the NES Zapper games like Duck Hunt or Yoshi's Safari, um, but just anyway, most kids are not playing those games. Yeah, I hate to burst your bubble. Most kids are not playing those games. The games they're mostly playing are ones of a controller that you hit one button to shoot, and even that, and and they have a regular controller and it's not aiming at the screen. Yeah. Also, and also, and the real life fake wizard. I watched his video, and it was very. He had an interesting analogy. Basically, what he said was basically that uh, that if you would play Guitar Hero, if someone that plays Guitar Hero came up to you and said, "I play Guitar Hero and I'm very good at it, so that will make me the best Guitar Hero player in the world, the best guitar player in the world," you will look at them like they are stupid, probably because they are, because you're just hitting a button. Um, was just hitting buttons in correct orders and correct timing. Um, so anyway, enough of the long intro. Sorry, 3 minutes. Um, I wanted to um, I wanted to comment on but and I think his name was Garrett the Gamer or whatever. I commented on one of his videos, the whole Fortnite controversy of the whole them doing bathing suit skins. And I would say I would say to him, I disagree. Um, I kind of disagree. So I do agree with it being wrong. I just don't agree with it being parents' faults. I think is that being that Fortnite is mainly their demographic, and that people or demographic that people normally play are normally kids, and being that it's an update and not in the game at launch, or at the game at launch, ESRB can't just aren't just update say they aren't just making it so that way every update, every content update has to have they have to do age rating or whatnot. Even though at times I think that should be the case. Um, but anyway, as I was saying, but for their whole bathing suit skins, I think it's the game developers' fault because of the reason that I just explained. Um, that and then also like and I know most of you are gonna be saying, well, you do have restrictions on what you can, on what areas you're allowed to have those skins, because you have to do rated T, and you have to have you have to do rated T servers and whatnot. I would agree, but when you recognize that most of the game is rated T, it won't give a real, it won't really do anything else. Um, so yeah, you have that as well. Um, so I would also, so let's see. Also, I would say, um, was it? There was other things, the whole now let's get into some meat and potatoes right now. um Sony ending physical discs. I know it's been all over the internet, and I do agree it is bad. And there are reasons that not a lot of people actually explain as well. That being that they basically want to not only make more money, because they don't have to go ahead and have to share profits like the secondhand market, but also so way they can do what Ubisoft does, where they took down, for example, Assassin's Creed Black Flags. Just took it off of the servers in general, and even took it off of people's libraries, just to force you to put into, so basically what they're basically saying was, oh look, you want to play Black Flags again, well, you're going to have to buy the remake now. um so basically they can do that, they can force you to buy the remake. They can that and then also they that and then also they don't have to deal with the secondhand market. They don't have to deal with anyone trading in games, which is yet again another secondhand market thing. That and then also you don't have and they're also wanting to make it so that way don't have say you don't have to if Sally, technically, if your account gets hacked, kind of screwed, because then you lose all your digital library and whatnot. That and then also PS6, whatever that would be, if that would ever happen, if PlayStation doesn't go bankrupt by that point. That when the server goes down, it'll be just like the PS3 but worse. As it was shown, what was it, a couple weeks ago, maybe days ago, where the PSN, where PSN went down, you couldn't even check out you couldn't even play your single player games that you bought digitally. They could just being if that would shut down, that would mean your PS5 will turn into basically a paperweight. That and then also Yeah, and then after that, you're going to have to buy or transfer. You're gonna have to probably, and then after that, you're most likely going to have to buy all your other games that you had on your PS5 on your PS6. Or if you can't afford a PS6, let's be honest, if that would ever come out, you most likely wouldn't. Then well, good luck. Because yet again, your PS5 will turn to a paperweight. Um, so those are the main reasons that people aren't discussing, that I think also is true or could be true at the very least. Um, I've and then yeah, not to mention they're being sued in the Netherlands for doing the same exact thing, for making us that way. They are all so that way. Um, Basically, their claim is that they are a monopoly, and that if they would do this, they'd be a monopoly because they can't. Like I said, no matter what, you're going to have to go through the PlayStation Network, or say the PlayStation Store. Sorry, the PlayStation Store, and because every single purchase that you make, Sony gets a 30% cut. They get money for it. So no matter what, they get money, and yeah, you can't make any. And then there's no way to avoid you giving money to them. If on the PlayStation Store. Um, and then so yeah, emulation is on the rise for PS5, and it is very good. I hope that would be run very well by the time 2028 comes. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video. If you stay to the end, I'll give a little update. That I'm on voiceovering for my Sonic Dream Team challenge video. And then I most likely will be done probably hopefully Monday. So yeah, stay tuned then. And hello, sorry for the editing. Like four times already in this video. I just want to add onto something. So let me know your thoughts, or if you wanted to add on to anything on the video. And also, if you want me to cover some more news, leave a like. I'll do some more news like this. Get like 10 likes. How about that? 10 likes. I'll see below. And then so remember, stay safe, stay awesome, and have a great week. Goodbye.